You can never have too many choices for breakfast. Certainly with kids, it's always hard to get them to eat breakfast. Today we're going to do a porridge that is a little bit out of the ordinary. In fact, Siva, you call it, what do you call it?
I call it apple pie in a bowl. Wait
Wow.
till you smell it. It's just absolutely wonderful.
That sounds amazing. So we're starting here with steel cut oats.
Yes.
Why that brand?
Well, steel cut is probably the not too many people are aware. It makes use of the whole grain. So because it's been cut by steel, so when you look at it closely, it's the whole grain of the oat. So when you get oatmeal in a bag, for example, that's been pounded flat, it's missing a lot of the ingredients like the endosperm and the fiber of the oat. So this one has all of it intact, so you're going to get the goodness of the whole grain in it.
So 100% whole grain.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And it's so healthy and it's delicious. By the time it's finished, kids won't even know what it is.
That's exactly what we want.
Yeah.
So how much of that do we have?
We have a cup of it here. So I'm just going to put them all in a pot that we're going to cook. So we have 1 cup of steel cut oats, half a green apple, and this is the apple pie ingredient.
Yes.
So that's a half an apple. And I have a 1/4 cup of chopped almonds.
Now, if you've got obviously almond or nut allergies in your family, that's something you can skip, and you
Absolutely.
can compensate with something at the end of the recipe as well.
Absolutely. I'm just adding it because, you know, nuts are very good for you and it's healthy. And we have a 1/4 cup of golden raisins here. And again, if they like some dried cranberry or dates or prune, whatever, you can add. But again, we're injecting lots of fiber and taste. And of course, we're not putting any sugar here.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So now you've got a bit of salt.
I'm just going to just a pinch of it because, you know, after all, it's oatmeal. So we just want just a little bit of it. And I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon, maybe like about a 1/4 teaspoon.
And then, here's the interesting part. You've got some cardamom here.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, cardamom is used for dessert and in South Asian cooking. And it has a beautiful, beautiful aroma. And like I said, when you make this, everybody will think you're making dessert.
Yeah.
And they're just going to eat it up. And it's just...
So how would you prepare that?
Well, basically, what you would have to, of course, extract the seed. So I would just sort of put it into a mortal pestle fila. Otherwise, you can just pound it. And I'm just, again, just sort of extracting the seed. That's it. Smell.
Yeah, wow. That's amazing.
I'm just going to put all of it inside.
Okay.
And I have 3 cups of water. So that's the ratio.
Now, can you prepare this in advance?
Of course, not this part. I mean, you could cook the oatmeal and keep it in the refrigerator for overnight or 2. I mean, this is a dish that I can actually keep for a couple of days in the fridge. I'm just going to mix it up.
Now, how long would this take to cook?
This would take about a half hour to cook.
So you want it to cook nice and slowly, or?
Yeah, I'm going to bring it to a boil, then I'll reduce it and I'll just put it on simmer and just cover it. Once in a while, I would attend to it just to make sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom. And I'll just let it cook for about a good half hour.
And the aromas are going to be amazing in that, I can tell.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to cover it until it boils.
So it's been boiling and now simmering for 45 minutes, and it's a wonderful consistency.
Yes, and as you can see, all the water has been absorbed, and the apples are in chunks, so it's actually like an apple pie that would be in a bowl.
Nice and thick and really substantial, especially for an important meal like breakfast.
Absolutely.
So now we're going to put it into the bowl and get a better look at it. Honestly, looking at that, you really don't need to serve them very much else. I mean, it's a whole meal unto itself. Really.
Absolutely, and like I said, I mean, it's with all the fiber, and this is a really full, a meal, and it's just going to fill them up.
And with the cinnamon and the cardamom, and it really smells wonderful. Now you've got some almond milk here and some maple syrup. What are we doing with that?
We didn't add any sugar to our oats, so possibility is to sweeten it with a little bit of maple syrup. And
But you don't need to.
Of course
the way
not.
it is right now, you could eat it just like that.
Exactly, and that's because we have the raisins and apples to give the sweetness. But if somebody has a sweet tooth at home, you can just put a little bit of maple syrup. And instead of milk, I just decided to add almond milk because, again, it's low in cholesterol and it has all the vitamins and minerals, and it tastes so good.
Apple pudding in a bowl for breakfast on WhereParentsTalk.com.